Welcome to shul.com. Rav Eliyahu Lopian. His son gave us a mamar, Rav Lopian, about his father. And the question is as follows: do women who stay home on Yamim Noraim, Rosh Hashana, Yom Kippur, they don't go to shul, they don't hear the Shofar, what is the process there? If they were to stay home and focus on their family, on the home, and make sure everything is done there instead of going to shul, is that a good thing? Is that a positive thing? This is an unbelievable ma'amad. It goes to show you the value of the Jewish mother and the way she takes care of the home and of the children. Let's take a look. Rav Eliyahu Lopian, Zatzal. Haya Omer, he used to say, Yesh li b'Kabbalah, I have a Kabbalah. Shahan Nashim shenimsaot bebayit bayamim noraim. That the women that stay home on the Yamim Noraim, umetapelim beyeladim, and they take care of their little children, even sometimes their older children. Hem enam sikukim lecholat tefilot. They don't need all these tefilot that the men are doing in shul. Bechol avira sheyesh bebet haKnesset, and all that feeling that comes in the big, they don't need it. Bishvil shatefilot shelahem ya'alu lemala, because when they're taking care of the children and the family, all their tefilot, it's a straight ticket up to the Shamayim. While when it came to the men, they have to go to shul, there's fasting, there's different kabbalot, teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. When it came to the women, just taking care of their family and themselves and the household, that is exactly what God wanted. And if they pray from there, they're going to get answered. They have a direct connection straight to the Kisei HaKavod with their tefillot. And we're going to read soon about Abraham Avinu with Sarah, Hetiv ba'avura, that God did a lot of good in the merit of Sarah, and that whenever Abraham had some issues and he asked Sarah, Hashem said, listen to her. So there is a basis in this from the Torah. ובכמה מילים שיש להם אפשרות לומר ולטפל, הם מתקרבים לכיסא הכבוד עם כל הציבור שעומד שעות ארוכות ומכתיר, מבקש ומתחנן מאת המלך הקדוש היושב על כיסא דם ונישא. He said that the women taking care of their children, themselves, and the household at home, when they're praying, they don't need all these long tefillot, standing up, long hours, being machtir God, being mevakesh or mithanen, and supplications and tefillot, and having to go through the tza'ar of a 2.5 hour bidding in shul. All that stuff is not needed for the women. The women, right away, they make a tefillah and they get answered. And this is very important because I remember in Brooklyn at the time there was a, you call her rabbanit, who came up and said that all the women took upon themselves that they have to hear shofar on Rosh Hashana. And I said, no. It was the one time that I got up in front of a lady giving Divrei Torah. It was in shul with men and women, but she was talking to the women. I said, no, they didn't. Women did not take upon themselves to hear the shofar on Rosh Hashana. And I said, by doing it, now my wife is going to want to leave. We had little kids at home, we had 3 little kids, and she was going to go leave them with the goya, and it would have been a big mess. And I said, no, it's a mitzvah Hashem says man gerama, and absolutely women I do not accept my wife to take upon herself to go do something like that. She's not required. If she wants to do it, the kids are already married, the kids are out of the house, great. She could do whatever she wants. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about when there's little kids and you're putting the little kids with a goya on Rosh Hashanah, or removing themselves from the household in order to go do this mitzvah. That's great if it's able to do it without affecting the household. But if it's affecting little kids in the household, it's not permitted. And no woman could take upon themselves as a whole to accept this mitzvah. This now becomes halacha. And I doubled it down by showing a few sources on it. And so what we learn from Eliyahu Lopian is that they don't need to do these things. These things, of course, should be done, obviously, if they could, or if there's single women, older women again, that their kids are married, or the kids are already in high school, they don't need to be at home. We're not talking about those situations. That's not what we're saying. What we're learning here from Eliyahu Lopian is that the true woman, Eshet Chayil, is one that's taking care of her wife, of her children, and the wife is at home taking care of herself, the household, and of her husband, of what he needs at home. That is an Eshet Chayil. If the Eshet Chayil is leaving the important part aside in order to go do a mitzvah that she's not commanded, that would be not recommended from Rabbi Eliyahu Lopian. Baruch Adonai Da'olam, Amen v'Amen.